Welcome back. Let's continue with linear equations. I've made this as part 2, exercise 14b for class 7. I hope your textbooks are in front of you. Let's read together question 11. 1/4 of a number increased by 7 and the result is multiplied by 3. Thus, we obtain 36. Find the number. So, from yesterday we've been doing this. So, by now you know how to do it. So, let your number be equal to x. Right? Now, what they say? 1/4 of a number. So, that means it is 1 upon 4x. Right? 1/4 of stands for multiply. Right? 1/4 of a number. So that means it is 1 upon 4x. Alright. Increased by 7 means plus 7. Increased by 7. And the result means whatever I get and the result is multiplied by 3. Means I need to multiply this with 3. Okay? Multiplied by 3. Thus, we obtain 36. Means, whatever I do, then my answer comes as 36. Find the number. So, you got it? 1/4 of a number increased. So, plus. Increased by 7. Whatever result I get is multiplied by 3. Thus, whatever I solve, my answer should be 36. So, let's solve it. Now remember, you have to multiply this into 3 plus this into 3. So I get 1 upon 4x into 3. Alright? Plus 7 into 3. Correct? Which is equal to 36. What's my next step, children? I get 3 upon 4x. Plus 3 sevens are 21, which is equal to 36. Since I don't have space here, let me move that side. Now what do I get? Let's bring the like terms together. So I get 3 upon 4x is equal to 36. Now you will tell me, children, plus 21. When I take that side, what happens? It will become minus 21, correct? Minus 21. So I get 3 upon 4x is equal to 15, right? 36 minus 21. 6 minus 1 is 5. 3 minus 2 will give you 1. So 36 minus 21 gives you 15. Now what? You know 3x is equal to 15 upon 4. When I take it on the other side, it will become multiplied by 4. So x is equal to 15 into 4 upon 3. So when I reduce, what do I get, children? 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15. So x is equal to 20. So what is your number? Your number is equal to 20. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next sum. Children, now let's read question 12. The sum of two consecutive odd numbers is 56. You have to find those two numbers. The sum stands for what? Plus. You're going to add. They're saying the sum of two consecutive odd numbers. Something plus something. Right? The sum of two consecutive is 56. Correct? Now, two consecutive. Consecutive means one after the other. But here, 1, 2, 3, 5, take. They are consecutive numbers. 4, 5, 6. Consecutive numbers. 98, 99, 100. Consecutive numbers. But here they are said two consecutive odd numbers. Now, for example, if I take, say, 1 and 3. Alright? These are consecutive numbers and they are odd, isn't it? So suppose if I say let 1 be equal to x, how do I get 3 children? 1 plus 2 would give me 3, correct? So x plus 2 would give me 3. Does this work out for everything? Like for example, if I had taken 5 and 7, let's see, you know, if I take 5 as x, 5 plus 2 would give me 7. So this again would be x plus 2. So you know this works out for everything. So they're saying the sum of 2. So if one number of yours is x, let the other number be x plus 2, which is equal to 56, right? So let one number be equal to x, and then your other number is equal to x plus 2. So they are saying the sum of these two is 56. Let us solve it. 1x plus 1x gives me 2x plus 2 is 56. 2x is equal to 56 plus 2 when I take that side, children, minus 2. Then you know 2x is equal to 56 minus 2, 54, correct? So x is equal to 54 multiplied by 2. When I bring it here, it will become upon 2. 2 2s are 4, 5 1, 2 7s are 14. So x is equal to 27. So what is my number? My number x. So if one number is 27, what is the other number going to be? The other number will be 27 plus 2, that is 29. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next sum. Alright, now children, question 13 is very similar to question 12. I will just show you how to do it, but you will solve it. What does your question say? The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers now. Now it is not odd. So you know your even numbers. For example, if I take 2, 4 and 6. These are your even numbers and they are consecutive because they are one after the other. So for example, if I take 2 as x, 2 plus 2 gives me 4. So x plus 2. And the third, if I need 2 plus 4 gives me 6. So this would be x plus 4. Is that clear? Have you understood? So let your first number be x. The second number will be x plus 2. The third number will be x plus 4. Because they have asked you to find out the sum of 3 numbers. 3 consecutive. So x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equal to 48. So 1x plus 1x plus 1x gives me 3x plus 6 is equal to 48. Then you know how to solve this. So I will not proceed from here. I've just shown you how to do. So you will continue with it. Remember, let one number be equal to x. The other number will be x plus 2. And the third number will be x plus 4. So this is how you're going to find out the 3 numbers. Let's move on to the next question. Alright children, question 14. Let's read it together. One of the two numbers exceeds the other number by 9. 4 times the smaller added to 5 times the larger gives 108. Find the two numbers. So first thing is, I know I have small number and I have a large number. Correct? Alright, let my small number be x. Right? One of the two numbers, it exceeds the other by 9. That means my larger number will be x plus 9. Okay, so my smaller number is x, then my larger number would be x plus 9. Now they are saying 4 times the smaller, correct? So 4 times the smaller added means plus, added to 5 times the larger means 5 into x plus 9, correct? 5 times the larger gives me 108. So that means this is equal to 108. Find the two numbers. Yeah? Alright, so let's solve it. So this is 4x plus 5 into x would give me 5x plus 5 nines are 45, which is equal to 108. 4x plus 5x gives me 9x, which is equal to 108 plus 45. When I take that side, that would give me minus 45. So x is equal to, when I solve, 108 minus 45. That would give me 3 when you borrow, and this gives me 63. So this would be 63. 9x is equal to 63. So x is equal to 63 upon 9. So 9 ones are 9, 7s are 63, correct? 9 times 7 is 63. So x is equal to 7. So with this I have found out my numbers. I know my small number, that is x, correct? X is equal to 7. So what is my large number going to be? The large number is 7 plus 9, that is 16. So the two numbers are 7 and 16. I hope I'm clear. Let's move on to the next sum. Now let's read question 15. In a class of 40 pupils, the number of girls is 3/5 the number of boys. Find the number of boys. Now in a class of 40, so I know my total number of students is 40, correct? Alright, then the number of girls is 3/5 the number of boys. So let the number of boys be equal to x. Then I know the number of girls is 3/5 the number of boys, correct? So find the number of boys. Alright, so how do we do it? I know that boys plus girls together are equal to 40, isn't it? So what do I do? X plus 3 upon 5x is equal to 40. Let's put this as upon 1. Now let me take the common denominator. That's 5. Now 1 goes how many times, children? 1 will go 5 times and 5 will go 1 time, correct? So I will get this as 5x plus 3x is equal to 40. 5 plus 3, 8. So 8x is equal to, 8x upon 5, correct? 8x or 8 upon 5x is equal to 40. So what is x going to be? 40. Now divided by 5 becomes multiplied by 5. And into 8 will become upon 8. Is that clear, children? So when I reduce, x is equal to 8 ones are 8, 8 5s are 40. So 5 times 5 is 25. So now you know the number of boys is equal to 25. You can also find the number of girls if you wish to. What is that? They are 3/5 of the number of boys. 25. So when I reduce 5 ones, 5 fives, so 3 fives are 15. Correct? Now 25 plus 15 gives me 40 students. Have you all understood, children? Let's move on to the next question. Right? Question 16. The length of a rectangular park is 3 times its breadth. So we know we have length and you have breadth. Correct? Now what are they saying? The length of a rectangular park is 3 times its breadth. So if this is x meter, then the length is 3x meter. Correct? 3 times its breadth. Alright, then if the perimeter is 192 meters, 192 meters, you need to find out what is the length and what is the breadth or the dimension of the park. Now you know in a rectangle you have 2 lengths which are equal and these 2 breadths which are equal. So if my length is 3x, then this also will be 3x meter. Correct? And if this is x, then this also will be x meter, because the opposite sides in a rectangle are equal. Next, they are saying the perimeter is 192 meter. I have told you, perimeter means to plus. Plus what? Plus all the 4 sides. It is the sum of all the 4 sides. So you know that 3x plus 3x plus 1x plus 1x is equal to 192. Correct? So 3 plus 3, 6, 7, 8. 8x is equal to 192. X is equal to 192 upon 8. So what is x going to be? 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 17, 18, 19, 3, 8 fours are 32. So you know x is equal to 24. That means it's your breadth. So your breadth is 24 meter. And then what is your length? 3 times 24. So that is 24 multiplied by 3. 3 fours are 12. 3 twos are 6, 7. So your length is 72 meter. These are the dimensions, right? So when you add all the 4, 72 plus 72, 24 plus 24 all together, you will get it as 192 meter. Have you followed? Let's move on to the next question. Alright, question 17. Children, read it along with me. 2 equal sides of a triangle. Let's assume these 2 sides are equal, are each 5 meter less than twice the third side. Say this is my first side, second side, my third side. Now, suppose if this third side is x meter, what are they saying? The 2 equal sides of a triangle are 5 meter less, means minus 5, and this also will be minus 5. Okay? They are 5 meter less than twice the third side. This is x. So this will be 2x. Then this also will be 2x. Why? Because these 2 sides are equal. So did you understand, children? 2 equal sides of a triangle are, so let your third side be x. Then these are 5 less. Minus 5, minus 5. Less than, what is it? Twice the third side. Twice the third side. So 2x minus 5 meter, and this is also 2x minus 5 meter. You get it? Then, what do they say? If the perimeter of the triangle is 55 meter, your perimeter is equal to 55. Now you need to find the length of all the 3 sides. Now, perimeter means what? Perimeter means plus. What did I say? Plus all the sides. In a triangle you have 3 sides. So the sum of all the 3 sides is your perimeter. So that is this side plus this side plus this side is equal to 55. Let's solve it. 2x minus 5 plus 2x minus 5 plus 1x is equal to 55. Correct? 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5x, alright, minus 10 is equal to 55. Correct, children? Is equal to 55. Then 5x is equal to 55 minus 10. When you bring this side, it becomes plus 10. So x is equal to 55 plus 10, 65 upon 5. Is it right? Into 5, when I bring that side, it will become multiplied by 5. So 5 1s are 5, 6, 5 3s are 15. So my x is equal to 3. So your third side is equal to, x is equal to 13 meter. So my third side x is equal to 13 meter. X is equal to 13 meter. So which are your two equal sides? 2x minus 5. Let's find out what is that. 2x minus 5 will be 13 2s are 36. 2x minus 5. 2 into 13 minus 5. So that is 26 minus 5, which gives me 21. So this is 21 meter and the other side also will be 21 meter. So 21 plus 21 plus 13 will give you 55 meter. Is that clear? Have you all understood? Let's move on to the next question. Alright, question 18. Two supplementary angles differ by 44 degrees. Find the angles. So children, what do you mean by supplementary angles? You know the sum of two angles when you add. If the answer is 180 degrees, then they are called as supplementary angles. Similarly, you have also heard of complementary. When two angles you add and if they are equal to 90 degrees, then you call them as complementary angles. Now let's combine. Two supplementary angles differ by 44 degrees. Find the angle. So let one of your angle be equal to x degree. Then the other angle, it differs by 44. So it will be x minus 44 degree. Correct? Alright. So what do? I know x plus x minus 44 is equal to 180 degrees. Correct? This angle plus this angle is equal to 180. Now 1x plus 1x gives me 2x, which is equal to 180 minus 44. When I take there, it will become plus 44. Correct, children? So 2x is equal to 180 plus 44. That will be 224. Isn't it? 4 plus 0, 8 plus 4, 12 and 224. So x is equal to 224 upon 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. So x is equal to 112. So I found this. This is equal to 112 degrees. So how to find out this? You know this is 112, 112 minus 44. Will I borrow? What do I get? 8, 4 will give me 8 here. And 6 here. 68 degrees. Correct? So when I add plus 68. 8 into 10. 8, 1. It gives me 180 degrees. So did you understand, children? So your one angle is 112 and the other angle is 68 degrees. Is this clear? Let's move on to the next question. Alright, now question 19. Children, please read this question with me slowly. It's very easy, but you just need to be careful. Now, the total cost of 3 tables and 2 chairs is rupees 8745. That is 8745. If a table costs rupees 40 more than a chair, so if the cost of the chair is X, then the cost of the table, they are saying, is 40 rupees more, X plus 40. Correct? So if the cost of the chair is rupees X, then the cost of the table is rupees X plus 40. Right? Okay. Find the price of each, the table and the chair. So you know we have 3 tables plus 2 chairs is equal to 8745. So let us solve that first. Now T stands for table and C is for your chair, X. So this is going to be 2X. How do I find out? 3 times this. So it will be 3 into X plus 40. All this together is equal to 8745. Clear? So now let's solve it. What do I get? 3 into X gives me 3X plus 3 4s are 12, so that is 120. 3 into X, 3X plus 3 into 40 is 120 plus 2X is equal to 8745. Have you understood, children? Let the cost of your chair be X. Let the cost of the table be 40 more there, so that will be X plus 40. Now we have 3 tables. You don't have just one. This is cost of one chair, that is X. But I have 2 chairs. So this would be 2 into X, that is 2X. Clear? And I think we have 3 tables. So it is 3 into X plus 40. So this would give me 3 into X is 3X plus 3 into 40 would give me 120. Is that clear? So 3X plus 120 plus 2X is equal to 8745. Now 3X plus 2X is equal to 5X, which is equal to 8745 minus 120. Clear? So 5X is equal to, let's solve this, 8745 minus 120. I get 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. 7 minus 1 is 6 and 8. Correct? So I get 8625. 8625. So what is X equal to, children? X is equal to 8625 upon 5. So when I reduce, I get 5 1s are 5, 6, 7, 8, 3. So 5, 7s are 35, 36, 1 remainder. 5, 2s are 10, 11, 12, 2. 5, 5s are 25. So my X is equal to 1725. So what is the cost of my chair? The cost of my chair is, this is X. So this is equal to rupees 1725. Is that clear? Have you understood? So here the answer would be 1725 plus 40. So 5671 rupees 1765. Did you understand? The cost of the chair is rupees X. So rupees 1725. The cost of the table is rupees X plus 40. So that is X is 1725 plus 40. You get 1765. I hope you have understood. Let's move on to the next question. Students, my next sum 20, I shall do it in the next video. That will be exercise 14B part 3. Till now, for your part 2, exercise 14B, I have done sums from question 11 to 19. Alright, so please work this out, finish it, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.